Yo, 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 what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the open gym. My fault, we a little laggy. Y'all know how it is over here. Wi Fi is fighting for its life over here. But welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Appreciate everybody tuned in. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. My fault for ending it and all that jazz so much. I had to get my get my chat right. It wasn't working, but we got it all popped up here. Finally got I gotta sign in and see the chat. I don't even know mine. What my mama calling me? Hold on, yeah. Hello. Hello. Hey, what's up? Can I reset the net? Can I reset it? Alright, yeah, well. Alright. The Hawks are playing, so I'm just streaming. Yeah, I will. Alright, love you, bye. Netflix need to let you account share. Baby Yaga, what's happening? Welcome back, man. Welcome back. We're just about to watch this Atlanta Hawks versus Memphis Grizzlies game. My mama called. I gotta reset the Netflix real quick. Netflix gotta let you account share again, man. They tripping. I'm never getting a new Netflix account though. That's what I know for sure. I'll fight the password struggle. So my fault, y'all. I had to do that for my mom's. Had to do that for her real quick. Make sure I did it. Alright, my fault, y'all. But the game is about to start. We about to be live. So the Hawks come in losing 4 straight. So Atlanta needs a dub tonight. So the starting five for Atlanta is going to be um, Nikhil Dyson, Corey Kispert, and Jalen Anoyeka. My fault, y'all. Alright, there we go. So excuse my Wi-Fi if it is a little trash, but Baby Yaga tapping in on YouTube. Appreciate you. As Atlanta, like I said, coming in off a 4-game L streak, I should say. So hopefully they can turn it around. Memphis is, I would say mid. I wouldn't say a bad team by any means. They're just trying to figure things out. So hopefully Atlanta can get a dub, even though they are kind of underdogs in this matchup. So Jalen Wells breaks the scoring for the matchup. Let me know if my mic is too quiet, y'all. So Atlanta here turns it over, leads to a Memphis fast break and bucket. So, excuse me, I got some in my eye too. So Jalen bringing it up for Atlanta. It's a 4-0 deficit early on. Nikhil tries to find a cutting Dyson. That one is a turnover too. So two turnovers for Atlanta equal two empty possessions. I feel like I got cat hair all over my face. Either cat hair or my hair. But alright, so Dyson has the John Morant assignment as Ja tries to get it to the wing, but Jalen deflects the pass. So, hey, Jalen comes in. I'm telling you, I think people are asleep on Jalen just because of the Hawks record, which is story of Atlanta Hawks players' lives, I guess, in the past 10 years. Trey, averaging generational numbers, really. Trey was number three. I mean, I shouldn't say was. He is number three. Damn, Jalen got the rebound, but Jalen Wells pokes it away. Damn. So, just a tough start for Atlanta. They just can't get anything to fall their way. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It should be a good one. I can't lie. It should be a good one. So Atlanta comes in number one in the league in assists per game at 31, and Memphis is sitting at number five at 29. So should be a matchup where people share the wealth. So that shot from Memphis goes out of bounds. That's gonna be Atlanta ball. But like I said, Jalen Johnson has been averaging insane numbers. I was talking about Trey, but I digress. As Jalen gets to the rim, can't get that to go. No foul call either. You would like to see Jalen maybe get to the line a little bit more, and when he does, maybe execute. So Memphis gets another knockdown three wide open to add to that. So Nikhil pressing the issue fairly quick. Floater comes up short. Onyeka thought about the three. Jalen hop step, goes up, gets Cedric Howard to jump on that hop step a little earlier, so he gets the free throw attempt. Like I said, getting to the line early. But Jalen, he's averaging 23, 10, and 8. Not too many in the league have done that in their career. I would say maybe Braun, Jokic, Russi, James Harden, Oscar Robertson. That's just off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there might be a couple other players who have been close. Maybe Luka. So I mean, I think Giannis maybe, I don't know, assist wise, but so Atlanta gets one of those free throws. Jalen Johnson knocks down one of two. Like I said, he needs to be a little more consistent, or you would like to see him be a little more consistent at the free throw line. Um, those are just free points. So Corey Kispert finds Nikhil, and Atlanta's three-point struggles continue as Nikhil cannot get that three to go. Memphis swinging the ball around fairly quickly. It's going to be out of bounds on Atlanta. A good deflection there, but three-point shooting for Atlanta has been ice cold. This last game was terrible. That franchise record, like 30 minutes threes. It was ice cold. So Jaren Jackson on the floor. Oh, they're gonna say count it. So 111. That's my birthday. Crazy work. So Memphis is up, and they're up early, unfortunately. So Atlanta is definitely feeling they're definitely feeling the absence of Kristaps and Ricochet. It's the only way to put it. Offense is cold. Although Chris Apps has been coming off the bench for Atlanta, it's been it's been all right, man. He's barely been back, so but Atlanta is trailing here by 10 points early on. Don't know what's going on. Hawks could just be tired too. I mean, in 2 weeks they've played in all four time zones, so it's been a travel filled week for Atlanta these past 2 weeks. But offense seems to be frozen for the Hawks right at this moment. Nikhil 0 of 2, Jalen 0 of 1, and that is the only field goal attempts. So Atlanta's 0 of 3 from the field. Nikhil missed a 3 and missed a floater, and Jalen missed one at the rim. So it's been a slow start to the game for Atlanta, to say the least. Memphis, they are 3 of 4. Haven't got too many. I mean, obviously, same amount of shots, but obviously they've hit more. Uh, they just seem to be playing it maybe even a little quicker than Atlanta, which, like I said, Atlanta might just be tired, man. That might be it. That might just be it. They've had I would say one of the tougher schedules travel wise. They had like 25 road games already. Probably that's halfway through your road games throughout the first half of the season. So it's not really spaced out, but can't really complain when the strength of schedule is kind of on the weaker end for Atlanta on in that aspect as well. Even though they are traveling a lot, I think the competition hasn't been as strong. So I think that's probably um, uh, part of the equation why everybody's so frustrated in the fan base. Players seem to be not affected. They kind of just seem to be rolling with the punches and just kind of taking it in stride. They kind of understand they're missing one of their key pieces in Chris Stapps and Ricochet. So it doesn't seem like the players are hitting the panic button. Nobody really seems checked out or maybe bought out and it's kind of like going against the coaching staff and whatnot. So Yeka lines up 3, can't hit it. So Atlanta's now 0 of 2 from 3. Dyson's pass finds Kispert. Kispert finds Onyeka. Onyeka drives against the defensive player of the year, Jaren Jackson Jr. He gets the layup to go. So hopefully Atlanta can turn it around. Specifically, I want to see Onyeka have a good game, and Dyson too. It's usually been Nikhil and Jalen holding it down, scoring wise on offense, and then you get somebody kind of random. But when Atlanta is rolling, it's Onyeka, Dyson, Jalen all contributing, Nikhil contributing. So Onyeka for 3. Haven't said that a lot between these past like 5 quarters. So Onyeka knocks down that triple early on. And that foul was offensive, Jaren Jackson Jr., as he sets an illegal screen against Nikhil. And now Atlanta has the ball. That's going to be a turnover from Memphis. And we got some subs coming in. So the newly acquired center for Memphis, Jock Landale, is checking in the game. That's Dyson's national teammate right there, Jock Landale. He is Australian, so he was a free agent target. Excuse me, he was a free agent target for Atlanta this offseason. I wouldn't say a major target, but he was a center that fans were thinking could kind of fill in that third center role. Onyeka for 3. So Onyeka has single-handedly brought Atlanta back. Kind of made this game interesting. It is now 9-12. So somehow gets away with the foul right there. So Atlanta has a 8-0 run in the past 64 seconds. All thanks to Onyeka Okongwu, who is on a personal 8-0 run, I guess. So Onyeka has found the triple twice, and he's had a good layup against Jaren. So it's good stuff from Onyeka as Atlanta needs that effort and from somebody else other than Nikhil and Jalen. So that's good stuff as Ja knocks down both of these free throws. It is now 14-9. So it'll be interesting too for Memphis to see what happens there. I think personally, I think they should hold on to Ja. All that hoopla with, I think Ja gets a bad rep. Understandably, you know, he is kind of responsible. And Dyson was a little too open, and that's gonna be Memphis bars. Dyson can't get that layup to go. Unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, I don't think Ja brings it too much on himself. I think it's a little exaggerated each time. Two things can be true. Um, but all that jazz that he needs to get up out of Memphis, yada yada yada. I really don't believe it. I think he should be a. That's what I said about Trey. But hopefully Memphis doesn't do anything too crazy, because I really don't think I see their future without Ja. As Corey Kispert gets it up, can't get it to go. But we'll see. We'll see. Trade deadline is February 5th, so Memphis has a little bit of time to kind of decide. Um, and with all those reports and rumors, you really can't trust too much, like, of what they say. So Memphis, unfortunately, can't get nothing to go, but Atlanta finally gets that board. So Jalen and one. Let's go. Get big on them. So Jalen drives on that break and gets to the line, converts the bucket. Jalen Wells is picking up the foul here. That's great stuff. Atlanta needs to play with pace, turn defense into offense as much as possible. Whether you get a steal, whether you get a defensive board, a block, you need to run the floor. And that's what I was saying, man. I think Atlanta is just tired. Jalen, Dyson, Onyeka, all rank in like the top 15 in minutes played in the NBA. So I think they're just a little, ran into the ground at this point. They're still young. They can play that much, but I think it will show at some point that guys are just tired. Their legs aren't as fresh as, a quarter of the way through the season, 1/3 of the way. I guess we are 1/3 of the way. We're halfway now, but y'all know what I mean. So Atlanta still trailing as Memphis gets that layup to go. Jalen Wells is already 2 of 7. Jalen Johnson 4 3. So Atlanta almost as many threes as they hit in a game against the Bucks, which resulted in a 2-point game. So if Atlanta shoots a normal clip from 3 as Cam Spencer drills that 3, keeps the lead at 4 points. What do you call it? As Corey Kispert finally drills a 3 for Atlanta. He is 6 of 20 or 7 of 24 now. So Corey Kispert finally getting kind of integrated with the Hawks offense, knocks down his first triple. Kind of forgot what I was talking about earlier, but it'll probably come back to me. So 18-19. Hawks trail by 1, 4:45 left in the first quarter. Both teams tied at 3 turnovers apiece. So substitutions for Memphis and Atlanta as so Dyson, Jalen, CJ McCollum, Mo Gay, and Luke Kennard is playing against his old team. And Mo Gay knocks down the triple. I think I was saying it was a 2-point game against the Bucks, and Atlanta shot terrible from 3. So I think if they shoot a normal clip, that's going to be a dub for Atlanta. So I think if you take that into account, I don't think it was as horrible. I think it ended trash, along with everybody, as Moge plays really good defense against Jock Landale there. That's going to be a benefit for Atlanta. Jock Landale is obviously a center, but he's not. He's about 6'9", 6'10". He's the same height as a lot of Atlanta guys. So Memphis may just not have an advantage there against Atlanta. So hopefully Atlanta can take advantage there. Jock Landale isn't as athletic as Moge. Um, Atlanta does not have Asa Newell either. They don't have Asa. So a game without Asa, where Asa probably will be utilized as Memphis turns the ball over. And Atlanta has a 2-point lead. It's 21-19, 3:51 to go. But as I was saying, no Asa, which in a game probably Asa would have thrived in this game, I think. He was questionable. I forget what the injury was exactly, but he was assigned to the Skyhawks, so he's down there with the other guys. As Nikhil can't get that three to go, but he follows his shot. Everybody young is follow your shot. If you're watching this, follow your shot. I'm telling you, every three, follow your shot. So foul, Moge on Jaren Jackson as he was posting up. So yeah, I was saying no Asa, but Atlanta does have Christian Coloco, the newly 10-day contract guy for Atlanta. So maybe we get a Christian Coloco appearance. Maybe if we have foul trouble, but it's been played pretty, evenly. Not a lot of physical contact. So we'll see. CJ gets to the Cedric Coward 3-point attempt, so Atlanta finds himself on the break. And at some point, Atlanta did make some subs. And now Nikhil is in with Onyeka. Onyeka lines up the triple. Oh, he had it. But he can't knock that down. So Atlanta's gone a little cold. So that attempt from Jock Landale hit like the bottom of the rim or something. So Cam Spencer lines up the three and knocks it down. So Atlanta down by one, 22-21. So got to pay attention to Cam Spencer as he has 6 points, 2 of 3 from 3. So it's interesting to see as Luke Kennard knocks that midi down. No V. Krejci yet. So V. Krejci's minutes have maybe gone. So Nikhil went under. KCP made him pay. Knocked that triple down. No problem. So now there's a 25-23 game as Luke Kennard making something work. He gets pushed by Cam Spencer, his replacement. He really got replaced out there. So CJ can't get that three to go. There's a lot of Hawks fans have not been pleased with CJ McCollum's shot diet. I would say as Luke Kennard making his old team pay as he knocks down his second bucket. That's back-to-back middies. It's 4 points from Luke. But like I said, a lot of Hawks fans, including myself, have not been pleased as Jaren Jackson just gets the unorthodox turnaround to go. Yeah. Hawks fans not pleased with C.J. McCollum's shot diet. That's a good play to find C.J. McCollum a great shot. Onyeka set that screen on Cam Spencer, kind of backside screen, and McCollum just floats to the corner and knocks down the three. So that's great. That's great stuff. Great stuff early on. Great to see Atlanta knock down threes at a good clip because that Milwaukee game was, man, that was tough, bro. They went 0 of 21 in the first half until C.J. McCollum buried a triple. And wow, that was something to witness, I will say. It was something to witness. As Atlanta set a franchise record. I don't know if it was an NBA record, but I'm sure it was an NBA record and missed 3-point attempts. But hey, bro, they still lost the game by 2. They had a chance to win the game at multiple times within the last minute and a half, 2 minutes. So that's a game where the ball just does not fall your way at the end. And I think the way it ended probably hurt Atlanta more. If they got a good shot and they just lost, they would probably just look at the horrible shooting night that Atlanta had. But including myself, that last shot was ugly as hell, man. He had like 3 seconds left, bro. he could have easily found a trailer, kicked it to Kispert, and it's easy to say he coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's easy to should on him. It's easy, but two things can be true. He tried his best, but he could have made a better play, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But it's a new game. Atlanta is up now. We up now, 28-27. Thanks to Onyeka, his 8-0 run kind of has cooled off. He's now 3 of 5 from the field, but he has 8 points. It's gonna be an interesting matchup. Him and Jaren, to me, are pretty much the same player. They are undersized centers, undersized for their position, but they can get buckets. So we'll see how it goes as Onyeka is leading the Hawks in points. Jalen's leading in rebounds and assists. He has 3 apiece, so it's not anything unusual. Hopefully, Jalen has a really good game. He's kind of had some stinkers here recently. That Bucks game was probably the turnaround as he kind of found a rhythm. He had 26, 16 rebounds, and I believe like 8 assists. I believe. Don't hold me to the fire. He might have had 6 assists, but he was close to a triple double. That's all I know. So hopefully Atlanta can get a dub tonight. 4 straight. That's tough. Just coming off a 7-game losing streak not too long ago, at least within the past month. So we got a foul on Moge here as action resumes. He fouled Vince Williams Jr. But yeah, it's not been fun in Hawks world, Hawks land. I can't lie. Everybody's been in distress. So good defense there from Luke Kennard, deflecting the ball out of bounds. As Memphis is going to get a baseline out of bounds play off. So early on here, it was a really slow start for Atlanta. Memphis popped out to a 10-1 lead, or excuse me, 11-1 lead. And things turned around after a personal Onyeka Okongwu 8-0 run. So Onyeka did really good that first quarter to kind of keep things close. And Luke Kennard for a 3 extends Atlanta's lead by 4 as he hits the triple. And it's 31-27. We got under a minute to play. Atlanta leads by 4. Jaren was thinking about that. He's driving and gets that float to go. Like I said, Onyeka and Jaren have a very similar game. Both unorthodox in height for their position and their game. I think it resembles each other quite well. Ooh, no foul? Oh, no foul is crazy. So Nikhil gets a strip, ball don't lie, triple just short. So Nikhil has not found his rhythm, unfortunately. Does a good job at cutting that fast break off by, I believe that was Cedric Howard, but trailing Jaren Jackson Jr. pushes Memphis ahead by 1. So it's 32-31. But yeah, Nikhil hasn't been too effective from 3. I know he had a pretty good game last game, but other than that, kind of same thing with Jalen. Shooting has kind of fell off. So another fumble by C.J. McCollum at the buzzer leads to a empty possession at the buzzer. So Memphis leads by 1 to end the first. CJ 1 of 3. Luke Kennard 7 points, 3 of 3 from the field. So good stuff from Luke. Moge positive. He hit his first corner 3, which is a good sign. Moge needs to kind of be more consistent from 3, even if he shoots 35 to 40%. That would be the goal for Moge. If he could do that, I'm guaranteeing he can get some minutes, consistent minutes. It wouldn't be sporadic. Although this season he is kind of getting a chance to establish himself as a role player. So I really want to see Moge thrive. I think with Mo being a backup power forward for Atlanta, would be a very good option. he's just a different look. He's I would say versatile power forward. He could play probably the wing. Only guy 92. I got Morant over 8 assists tonight. You think he gonna get 8 assists tonight? Which is a possibility. He has a pretty good game. Um, that's gonna include assists. So Ja hasn't been too explosive or too noticeable tonight, but we'll see what Memphis does with him. They might try to limit him, honestly. Depending on what the franchises want to do, they might limit Ja and say, "Hey, we got you at 25 to 30 minutes tonight. That's it, just in case." So we'll see what happens. And hopefully you'll get your money, but hopefully Memphis takes a L. Um, I never say don't get your money, but I never say I hope Atlanta loses. I can't lie. So if you pop in this stream and say you bet on Memphis money line, bro, I can't do nothing for you, dog. I ain't even gonna cheer for you, dog. All right, man. So Atlanta's trailing by one. It was a pretty decent first quarter. Yeah, go live, fool. Let me get the live clip. There we go. So on my broadcast is a little bit behind the scorecard, so my apologies. Onyeka kind of fumbling, finds Mo. Mo finds Luke Kennard, and Luke Kennard knocking down a triple for three. So Luke Kennard has early 10 points. So 15th double-digit scoring outing of the season for Luke Kennard as he has poured in 10 points for Atlanta. John Morant back in the game for the Grizzlies. He gets that tween hezzy. Nah, that's just a tween to go. So good effort there by Ja knocking that pass out of bounds. It's going to be Atlanta ball. It's a tie game 34-34 as Atlanta tried to get that back pretty quickly, but Ja kind of blew that up with his bazooka. So we got a foul here. Ja just a little bit too um, aggressive there on defense. Fouls Luke Kennard. He said, "What I do? I got hit in the face." He just wasn't there, player. So tie game, second quarter just started. So it's Luke Kennard, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka, Moge, and Krejci is out there for Atlanta. Oh, Onyeka thought about it. They said he traveled. It didn't really look like a travel. So that's too many steps for Onyeka. Um, I don't know how true it is, and it really doesn't matter, I guess. But I would like to see Dyson be the main initiator in rotations like this. Really, mainly at all times. I would like to see Dyson be the guy to kind of handle the rock, find the shooters on the driving cuts. I don't really want to see Dyson too much off ball. I think Dyson is when he's best utilized on offense is he's the guy who's making things happen for Atlanta on offense. When Jalen's not in, per se, um, when Jalen's not in, I would like to see Atlanta probably go to Dyson more of the time. As Dyson does just that, Moge could have lined that three up. That was a great move. Moge lines up he can't finish the clip, and Onyeka does a great job at fighting for. Oh wow, they're calling that a wow. They're calling that a foul on Onyeka. That is crazy. So loose ball foul on Big O. Big O's gonna hit the bench. Jalen's gonna check in for Onyeka. But that was exactly what I was talking about. Mo should have just lined that three up when he was there above the break. Um, but he was hesitant. He did get a good little ankle breaker, but couldn't finish the clip, like I said. So Atlanta ends up with another empty possession, unfortunately, and now it's Memphis ball. Dyson has the responsibilities of guarding Ja, and Ja just throws it right to his old teammate Luke Kennard, and Kennard finds Krejci. Krejci finds Kennard. Kennard dribbles out on the baseline. Cross court pass finds Jalen. Back to Kennard. All right, man, we got to do something though. Moge lines it up for three, just a little short. So empty possession for the Hawks there. Cedric Coward brings it up for the Hawks. Luke Kennard has that responsibility. And now Luke Kennard dribbling it up for the Hawks. V drives. Luke Kennard lines it up for three. So Luke Kennard, yeah. Hey, yeah. Talk to him, Luke. Talk to him, man. Talk to him, Luke. Luke talking to his old team, man. It might be a Luke Kennard game. This might be the Luke Kennard game, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. This might be the Luke Kennard game. He looking over at Cam Spencer like y'all let this brother, y'all let that man replace me. All right, you let that brother replace me. Okay, it might be the LK revenge game. Hey, if Luke dropped 30, I might need to see the Luke Kennard trade rumors cease to exist. I'm gonna be real. If Luke dropped a 30 ball tonight, those LK trade rumors gotta cease to exist. Throw in V Krejci. I'm not one to say trade a guy. So my bad V. Not like he ever gonna see this. But hey, I promise you though, if LK dropped that 30 ball, I'm telling you, we gotta keep him. It might be a fluke because it might be against Memphis, but I would rather see LK 30 balls than CJ McCollum miracle shots. Boy, he turned into Carlton the other game. Boy, he turned into Carlton Banks. Boy, turned into Carlton Banks. Crazy work, bro. But hey, like I said, it's a new game. Atlanta's up by three. It's 37-34 thanks to Luke Kennard. 13 points from Luke. He is 5 of 5 from the field. I believe he is 3 of 3 from three. So, Luke Kennard revenge game might just be the case. Might just be the case. So, other than that, Luke Kennard, he probably really the only one to write home about right now. Jalen has a good game on the way. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. So hopefully Jalen can kind of work with this rotation and rack up some assists. I think him and Dyson should be, if they're not the ones bringing up the ball. I mean, obviously Luke Kennard can do that, and when Atlanta has those three, and maybe Jalen, Dyson aren't really too much on their playmaking game, he can kind of control things. But I would like to see Luke be that main sharpshooter, V be that corner guy, and Mo definitely be the he's got to play the center role, so screens, rolls, and all that stuff. So a couple substitutions for Memphis. We'll see what the lineup looks for Atlanta, but LK, LK4, LK4 Trey. Ja, Ja twerking for that foul. God damn. God damn. So V unfortunately picks up the foul there, kind of jumping and whatnot. Yeah, if he would have stay on his feet, probably would have been a no call. But Ja going to the line. If he would have went over on them free throws, only guy he might have hit them just to be honest. For Ja, so Ja going to the line a lot this game. So Ja knocks down what both of those should be a tie game. Nope, it is 36-37. So um, it was 34-37. I'm tripping. So Good defense by G.G. Jackson, but Jalen Johnson finally gets the foul call. Finally. I'm gonna try to so third game this season with 16 or more rebounds for Jalen last game against Milwaukee. So Jalen does doing a really good job this season. He is the league leader in defensive rebounds so far. Uh, he's up there with Jokic, Karl Anthony Towns, um, leading the way, I should say. So Jalen, great stuff. Trying to tap into the Twitter chat. So Jalen knocks that down 39-36, 4 or 5 from the free throw line. So good stuff from Jalen. Like I said, you want to see him get there more frequently and knock down those free throws at a higher clip. So GG Jackson just Tasmanian devils his way to the rack there and gets a dunk. Jalen does a good job finding Dyson. Dyson does a good job at creating some space, but that turnaround in the post cannot go. So Jock Landale knocks down the triple right over Moge. So Memphis is up by two, 41-39. Atlanta brings it down. Almost turnover. Jalen does a good job getting to the basket there. No foul for Veet. That's crazy. Luke Kennard swings it. Moge plays hot potato with V. Krejci. Moge lines it up. Can't get it to go. Dyson does a good job cleaning it up, getting to the board, and puts it in for two. 41-41. 7:50 to go. Jaw drives. No way. That's a foul. Oh, Ja and Moge getting into it. So that's a take on Ja for sure. That can't be a double take. That can't be a double take. Yeah, Moge does a great job at going straight up. Jalen trying to calm Mo down. Uh, I mean Quinn. I mean I don't know, bruh. I'm conflicted. Quinn's rotations are questionable, to be honest. But that's really about it, man. I really like Quinn. I don't know him personally, but as from the outside looking in, I really think Quinn is a decent coach. Yeah, they can't. I mean, it'd be whack if they called a double tech. Okay, strong as hell. Luke Kennard was trying to pull him back with all his strength. Mugay wasn't budging an inch. As Quinn, bro, Quinn grabbed the fuck out of Mugay's neck and said, "We need you." I'm weak as hell. I'm weak as hell, bro. That is actually hilarious. So, hey, Quinn ain't playing around, bro. Quinn ain't playing around. He ran on the court fast as hell and said, "Mo, don't do nothing stupid. We need you tonight. We need you, bro." Hmm. So I mean, if they call a tech on Mo, that's just the weakest stuff I've ever seen. So it's gonna be a double take. Double take really don't make too much sense for me. I mean, I guess Mo did grab his jersey, but that's weak. Ja pushed Mo. Mo reacted. Um, I guess they might be trying to do a better job at hitting both players at the reaction and the action. All right. Ja wanted to dunk on Mo, but Mo wasn't letting it happen. Mo got to be smart. Unfortunately, he did pick up that text. So Mo and Ja both have double text. Um, all right, Ja getting the yapping. Knocks down that free throw. Hopefully, Atlanta responds in a positive way. So first, look at Christian Coloco. You need Atlanta to respond, as right now is a test. Now is a test. It could go right, it could go left. So Christian Coloco getting the first runs for Atlanta as Onyeka gets a breather, and now Mogay gets a breather as he picked up another foul. As technical fouls do count as personal fouls. So Mogay is going to be necessary. And Christian Coloco revenge game 2 as Luke Kennard finds his old counterpart. Well, I guess they didn't play together. Christian Coloco only had a 10-day for the Grizzlies this year. So him and great stuff. Jalen getting to that pass, kind of lazy pass there by Memphis, but they're getting to it. 43 apiece as deflection out of bounds goes to Memphis. So it's gonna be baseline out of bounds for the Grizzlies. Christian Coloco, great stuff early on. Great contest on Cam Spencer, and Jalen ends up with the board. Court long pass finds V. Krejci for a bucket. So Jalen picks up another assist there. Krejci gets his first bucket to go. He is 1 of 2 from the field. Jalen's going Gigi. Christian Coloco is matched up against Jock Landale. They got that switch. Coloco is on Gigi. Great defense. Gigi just up and right over Christian Coloco there. But that was good defense there. As Luke Kennard tees it up for a three. It's 48-45 as Luke Kennard has 16 points. A little under 6.5 minutes to go. We got a foul. That foul was offensive, KCP, as Kentavious Caldwell Pope sets an illegal screen, and CJ McCollum comes in for V. Krejci. As like I said, Atlanta already hit more threes than they did. Well, I think they're on their way. They've now hit 10 of 21 from three. They've hit 4 more than Memphis. Memphis is sitting at 6. So we got an illegal screen on Christian Coloco before the turnover for Jalen Johnson. Ben Simpsons, you are correct. Luke Kennard has 16 points. It's a LK Fotre today. That's his new nickname over here in the open gym. LK Fotre. If he you might have missed it early on, but I was saying if he dropped a 30 ball for Atlanta, I think he needs to be out of the trade rumors for sure. So bucket there for I believe that was Jock Landale. Gets that bucket. He's got 5 points. Jalen gets it up, gets it to go, and one. They too little, Jalen. Jalen now has 11 points. Not the greatest shooting night, 3 of 8, but he can turn it around fairly easily. So Jalen, um, using the contact between him and Gigi Jackson to his benefit, and now he's going to the line. I said early on in this game, Jalen should kind of look to kind of make that a part of his game as he knocks down that free throw, gets to the line more frequently, and hit him at a higher clip. And he's done just that. He is 5 of 6 from the free throw line already. So to see a double-digit game from Jalen at the free throw line would be huge, to be honest, as Jalen grabs that rebound. He has 12 points already. I believe he's sitting at maybe five rebounds. Now, let's go as Jalen Johnson gets it to go early on, gets another one. So 14 points for Jalen as he just is dicing up Gigi Jackson right now. Dicing him up right now. And Atlanta takes a 6-point lead. Atlanta has 14. Jalen has 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 7 rebounds, 4 assists. So Jalen might have another monster game rebounding wise, as he kind of knows he has to pick it up as Onyeka, and Onyeka's the really the only center. But now we have Christian Koloko. We got Christian Koloko, and he is in the game, and he is producing. He has 2 points. He has a nice little dump off from Luke Kennard. To mention the MVP of the game so far for Atlanta, it's been Luke Kennard for sure. And word around town is he talking wet over there in M-Town. He talking wet. He said y'all let that little that bruh look bruh. Luke Kennard got replaced by Cam Spencer. He took it personal. He said I took that personal. This is the Luke Kennard game, y'all. This is the Luke Kennard. LK Faux Trey, bruh. LK Faux Trey, bruh. That has been Luke Kennard tonight. LK Faux Trey. Luca Kennard. You might have to get that tweet off, dog. That's a hard one. Luca Kennard, man. What are we doing, man? We got Luca at home. We got a 6'3" Luca, bruh. We got 6'3" Luca at the crib, bruh. What y'all talking about? The greatest shooter in the league at the moment. Talk to him. The greatest shooter in the league. Statistically, the stats back it up. The greatest shooter in the league right now. Come on, man. Push those narratives with me, y'all. Come on. LK Faux Trade in the chat for me. LK Faux Trades. It's really been the story of the night, man. Luke Kennard's going off 16 points. It might be his revenge game. Fader, bucket, bucket, bucket. It just keep going. It keep going. Look, horses don't stop. They keep going. Come on, man. LK Faux Trade, bruh. LK Faux Trade. 4L, bruh. If Kennard dropped that 30 ball, y'all, I'm telling you guys, you have to remove his name from them trade rumors. You got to. So he is halfway there, man. He on pace. He is on pace. So hopefully he can keep that going as Jaren Jackson, he can't get that to go. And Jalen Johnson collects another rebound. Christian Koloko running the floor. Jalen's gonna find Christian Koloko one of them runs, I'm telling you. So Jock Landale sagging off. Jalen can't quite make him pay. So that possession doesn't come through for Atlanta, and CJ McCollum just lets KCP just drive by. That is elder against elder abuse right there. That's an elder fight right there. So KCP got the easy lay. Christian Koloko, new 10-day signing for Atlanta. Nikhil step back, can't get it to go, and that's gonna be on the floor as Christian Koloko is fighting for the rebound. I think Christian Koloko might have earned himself a okay, look. I think Christian Koloko can earn himself a contract for the rest of the year. whether that be a two-way. I don't know what that would look like as Atlanta has a full roster already, as Jock Landale just had Christian Coloco tied up there. But yeah, I think Loco could definitely earn himself some PT as Atlanta quick into their action, get a bucket from CJ McCollum. CJ is 2 of 4 from the field. He has 5 points now, so CJ has an all right game. Not nothing to write home about so far, but shooting a lot better this game. He's 2 of 4, so hopefully kind of stays on that pace, kind of keeps it at that level. Great stuff. Jalen almost got that. So Jalen Johnson has 5 or more assists in 34 straight games. So great stuff for Jalen. Christian Coloco now checks out for Atlanta as the last 4 minutes are going to be played by Onyeka. As Onyeka checks back in, he has a solid 8 points. Atlanta was not in the game. Memphis started the first quarter out on an 11-1 run. Jalen Wells misses the long three. Jalen Johnson comes up with the rebound. He runs the floor. Vince Williams Jr. is harassing him. Yeka couldn't quite find the window for a cutting Jalen Johnson. Dyson attacks quickly, and he picks up the foul. So nobody gonna help Dyson up? That's crazy work. Okay, Jalen or Onyeka and Jalen go to help Dyson up. Um, I was about to say they're leaving Aussie on the flow, so Memphis is probably gonna look to challenge that, but it's too late. So Dyson going to the line. Atlanta's still up by 6 points. 3:30 left in this second quarter. Um, Dyson misses the first one. Hopefully Dyson can hit one, man. We need Dyson to hit one for sure. So I think people been. I mean, I get it, man. Stats don't really help my case. As Dyson knocks down the second free throw, um, he's shooting a career low in 3 point percentage. So hopefully he still has time to turn it around, man. I believe he can shoot like by in the season by 20, maybe low 30% if he shoots a good clip after the All Star break. So hopefully our guy Dice turns it around from three this season. Ends the year with some confidence. He can go in the next year with some confidence, hopefully. So a technical foul on Nikhil Alexander Walker for getting pushed by Jalen Wells. So a questionable technical foul there as Cam Spencer goes to the free throw line for Memphis. It's still going to be Atlanta ball. It should still be Atlanta ball. So the play here, Jalen Wells made contact with Nikhil. That's questionable. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Nikhil didn't even turn his head to talk to the official, which is crazy work, man. That's crazy work. So Ja checks back in for Memphis as Atlanta coming off that technical for the Grizzlies. CJ, that's good stuff. CJ off finally. That's a makeup call right there. As Onyeka gets the good post spin up, but he gets fouled in the attempt. So it's a good makeup call as Jaren picks up the foul for the Grizzlies. Um, but yeah, a big conversation for Hawks fans online was CJ's shot diet, as a lot of Hawks fans weren't really down with him, kind of being the one of the main guys as he is kind of newer. So I think he's done a good job this game, not really kind of forcing his hand. His shots have come within the offense this game. He hasn't really forced too much. So hopefully he can kind of get that just get this role under his belt. I think he's highly capable, but I think he just needs to understand that Atlanta has guys um, that kind of have you know control of the reins in Atlanta. So because one of the games that I think both of the games really as I mean, aside from the Golden State game, as Memphis misses the first three, Ja misses that three, and Onyeka gathers the board. He brings it up for the Hawks. So about 2 minutes to go, 2 minutes and some change. So Jalen getting harassed there. He finds Onyeka above the break, and Onyeka just whiffs on that three. So Onyeka's hot start kind of cooled down. So he airballs that three. Atlanta's now 9 of 19 from the field this quarter, and Memphis is sitting on who? That's crazy work. So Atlanta's called for a foul there. Might be on Onyeka grabbing Jaren Jackson's outside arm. So I believe Quinn was, maybe going to challenge that. Dyson looked at him like, hell no. Nah. Cedric Howard step back, hiding behind the screen. Three is good. So Cedric Howard now is 2 of 3 from three. He has 6 points. Dyson finds Onyeka. Little action has started. Dyson drives. He kicks to CJ in the corner. CJ can't answer that one back. So that is what I'm talking about. That's going to be CJ's role. He just needs to be ready. So that D-cell from Cedric Howard, no good. And Onyeka comes away with the miss. As Atlanta has now buried 10 three-point field goals. And Onyeka tries to make it 11, and he does. Onyeka for three. So Big O knocks down that triple, pushes the Hawks lead to 7 points as Ja gets right by the Hawks defense, and Jalen makes a business decision and lets Ja just kind of do his thing. So Jalen back. Okay, all right, cool. Had to make sure the rest wasn't on no BS. So high screen for Ja. Onyeka doesn't really get to that sideline to cut him off, and Ja just rises up right over him. So 5 point lead for Atlanta, 60-55 as Nikhil is going to the line. He knocks down that free throw as Atlanta is now 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Jalen Wells checks out for Memphis. Jock Landale enters the game. Memphis is 8 of 8, so they've shot as many as Atlanta has made so far at this moment. As Nikhil is lining up this second of two, and he knocks it down. It is 62-55, so lead back to 7. Atlanta operating at a good pace, I believe. Some of the offensive rebounds are kind of shooting themselves in the foot, but Jalen doing a great job on the glass as he picks up another one and he tosses to Nikhil, and Nikhil lines up that triple. It is now nope, foot on the line. So 64-55. So 45 seconds remain and another turnover for Memphis. That gives Atlanta ample time to operate for a 2-for-1. As the lead is now 9 points for Atlanta. Both teams are in the bonus. So Dyson drives, finds a cutting Jalen Johnson. Get big on him. Right over the defensive player of the year, Jaren Jackson Jr. So Jalen gets another bucket. It's 16 points. Atlanta's defense is resulting in some bullshit. So they call a foul there. It's unfortunate as that would have been another bucket for Jalen. So Memphis gets bailed out. They're going to the line. It is now 66-55, so Hawks up by 11. Jalen is shooting 5 of 11 from the field, 16 points. I'll go through all the stats at halftime. I'll do a little box score watching. So, yeah, Nikhil, his hand, he was a little tied up with Ja there. So, Memphis still perfect at the line. 9 of 9 now after that free throw. So, So Onyeka might have been the one to pick up that foul. So Ja is gonna line up that second one, knocks it down, cuts it to a 9 point game, 57-66. 7 seconds separate the game clock and shot clock. So Atlanta's 2 for 1 opportunity kind of nipped in the bud. Jalen finds CJ above the break. CJ drives, cannot get that drive to go, and that results in a miss. So Ja brings it up for Memphis. He's trying to attack fast, but Atlanta does a good job there. That's wow. The fact that so the fact that that wasn't a clear out is kind of crazy. So 66-59. It's been an interesting matchup here as Ja chuckling his way to the locker room as Memphis takes the L. I'm not gonna say takes the L. They're losing at halftime though. It's a little too early to say takes the L. But 66-59. It's been a somewhat chippy game. Luke Kennard revenge game is underway here. LK Fotre letting everybody know. But it's been a good game. I cannot lie. It has been a good game. It's good to see Atlanta kind of play aggressive, kind of be the team to respond with urgency. Memphis they jumped out to a 12-1 lead, and Atlanta responded with Onyeka Okongwu. He went on a personal 8-0 run, so that brought the game within 4, and then it was just kind of up from there. So Jalen doing a great job. Onyeka started it off, and Jalen kind of carried it throughout the way, and Luke Kennard kind of was the one that lit the match to have somewhat explosive first half. Atlanta 30 points each in both quarters. So that's kind of a turnaround from at least last game. That Milwaukee game was definitely a tough watch. Atlanta shot a worse, franchise low, I should say, franchise low. They missed about 33s. So it was a tough watch. I can't lie. They were ice cold to begin the game. They shot 0 of 21. CJ was the first one to hit a three. He shot 1 of 22, or it was 1 of 22 at halftime. So I think it was like 1 of 24 actually. So it was pretty bad. I can't lie. It was pretty bad. So we'll see how Atlanta can operate this second half and maybe, hopefully, come away with a dub on the road. They are sitting positive on the road still, 13-12. Road Warriors have kind of calmed down. Atlanta has kind of cooled off on the road. So hopefully they can do something tonight. But like I said, Jalen Johnson, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. So great stuff from Jalen. Great stuff. Like I said, Onyeka started it off. He finished the first half with 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field. But I mean, outside of those guys from the starting lineup, Dyson's had a pretty good game. He has 3 assists, 3 rebounds with 3 points. Nothing on defense quite yet, but Nikhil, kind of been a slow start for Nikhil. 1 of 7 from the field, 4 points. He has 2 rebounds and 3 assists. It's kind of been a rough game foul-wise. Kind of been not chippy, but not quite letting Atlanta play with their usual kind of physicality that they somewhat have. I don't think Atlanta's a tough team or the most physical team out there in the NBA, but I think Atlanta is a defensive team now, which is odd to say. I think they can't focus on defense and causing havoc on defense to kind of boost their offense, to not rely on their half court as much, because Atlanta isn't the greatest half court team, but when Atlanta is playing their game, it's interesting to watch. But that it doesn't really make me too positive with knowing how the playoffs style is played. It's a slower game. It's definitely more in the half court. So hopefully Atlanta can find the flips to switch, or the switches to flip when it comes to postseason basketball. So, but right now we're not even midway through the season, so we're worried about that when we need to worry about that. But Luke Kennard, revenge game, LK4 Trey, 4 of 4 from three, 6 of 6 from the field. So he having a nice little red game right now. Off the bench though, that's kind of it. Moge 1 of 4, unfortunately hasn't found. He hit his first one, hasn't really found no rhythm though after that. Christian Coloco has come in and contributed. He only has 4 minutes, but he has a bucket, nice little dump off. Good defense from Christian Coloco though too as well. So he is impacting the game, although not so much on the stat sheet. But CJ, like I said, his shot diet hasn't been the greatest, but it's kind of cooled down. He's 2 of 6 from the field, so he's kind of tied with Luke Kennard. I mean, yeah, tied with Luke Kennard with attempts off the bench. So it's not like he has 2 of 10 from the field. But CJ having a decent game. He's 1 of 4 from three, so he's knocked down to three, so it's not too bad. Veet though, Veet looks to might be replaced by CJ, which is unfortunate. Um, I don't know. I might rather have V Krejci out there rather than CJ. So I wish those minutes were kind of flipped, but hey, it's probably how things go. CJ he get more money, so he get more PT, I guess. So that's unfortunate for Veet. Veet has had a good year, but he's kind of cooled off. But other than that, good game. Those are the only guys on the bench who have played. Really, the only guys available. Keen Wallace probably won't get too much burn in this game unless it gets out of hand in Atlanta's way, knock on wood. So Atlanta shooting a normal clip, 47% from the field overall, 41% from three. They are 11 of 27. So, no, he is not. Um, CJ back in the day for sure, but CJ right now, I just don't see the vision. Um, CJ has been coming from, and I mean obviously he's new to the team, so I'm sure it's gonna look a little different 2 months from now. But CJ has come in and kind of try to have the team adjust to him when he should definitely adjust to the team big time. Atlanta has guys like I said with somewhat control of the reins offensively. So I think CJ needs to play a role and not be a he isn't necessarily the centerpiece of the offense anymore. And coming off the last two teams he's been on, the Pelicans and the Wizards, he's probably a little used to the younger guys deferring to him. And it really shouldn't be the case here in Atlanta, as they got Jalen Johnson, and he is the face of the franchise. And I don't really think he needs anybody to help him out, like to do that. He might need somebody to kind of give him advice, but Jalen's not gonna need somebody to kind of be that 1A option, so he can be, kind of learn it. It's a trial by fire now. It's your turn. So Jalen kind of, I think Jalen has to go through those ups and downs, and CJ is kind of withholding that from the guys in a sense. So I don't think CJ's role is, you know, as I don't think it's as important on this team. Even though it can be a big role, he's not like the focus. So I think if he remembers that, he should be all right. And not to say that in a demeaning way, but just to help the team out, it's probably going to be best if you do kind of be that, fourth option when you check in the game, because he's not going to be starting, especially when Zach's back. He's not going to be starting. When KP back, it's going to look different for the guys. So halftime break is almost over. I'm going to use this time to use the restroom, and I'll be right back, y'all. All right, we back. What's up, everybody? Daniel Simon. I did not watch the game, but I did see IU won. So shout out to the Hoosiers, man. Glad you got to see a national championship in your time. It's rare, so it's rare. So hold on to it. So halftime's almost over with for this Memphis Hawks game. Atlanta's up though, so hopefully they can carry this lead out for 24 minutes as they got 2 quarters to play. But Daniel Simon, I did not watch that game, unfortunately. Was not too tuned into college football after Georgia got eliminated. I can't lie to you. Well, I guess we lost that. So, oh well. So halftime almost over with, and hopefully Atlanta can get this dub, man. They need a dub. They're coming off 4 games in a row losing, so Atlanta's gonna need this for morale, really. So hopefully Atlanta's playing. Let me fix my seat real quick. So hopefully Atlanta's plague of one slow quarter a game does not hit them this game. I don't think they can afford that. Yeah, Ben Simpsons, I'll hop on 2K if you running after this. See you back on this side of the states, my boy. Hope your trip was met expectations and exceeded them, brother. So hopefully y'all had fun out there. But yeah, I'll be on, bro. I'll be running. Maybe we can get some guys on there. Where Dave jumped cruise, bro. He jumped cruise, dog. Nothing personal though. It's nothing personal. He went to go be the face of the franchise for another crew. So I can't blame him, dog. So Big Dave, he the new face of somebody crew. He the face of the franchise over there. So shout out to Dave. We gonna get them program runs in against Dave and his crew soon. So if y'all want to check that out, man, we got gaming streams. We got gaming streams on deck. So after this, we'll probably be on 2K. We gonna link up with the guys. Dave, Lil Dave, JV Dave. He done hit the switch up, man. JV Dave. But it's all good, man. He went to go carry a crew. So I understand, man. He said he dropped 31 games, and they said, "Oh my God, you got the switch on you." He said, "Yeah, I got to jump." Yeah, it ain't nothing personal, man. He went to go be the face of the franchise. So I mean, I can't be mad, bro. It's like a trade situation. You know, he wanted to go be the face somewhere else, dog. I can't be mad. We almost at level 30 anyway, so it's like almost no point. No, I think it's some friends of his. Some friends of his just started playing 2K, and they were like, "Hey man, we need you over here. Our crew is just starting out." And he said, "All right, I got you. I'm gonna carry y'all. I got y'all." So he is the face of their franchise, dog. Shout out to Big Dave, Big JV Dave. So first half over with in the books. Excuse me. First half is over with and in the books. Man, I always do this, man. Hold on, y'all. All right, I'm about to say, man, my lips chat. Y'all know what time it is. It's winter time, and it's cold in the southeast too. It's getting cold down here, man. We got a storm coming this weekend. If y'all in the southeast, y'all be prepared. It's a little chilly, even though Ice Tray left. So Corey Kispert knocks down his first attempt and breaks the glass scoring wise for Atlanta. So Cedric Coward answers that. It is 61-68. Hawks are up by 7. Corey Kispert comes off the screen, firing, cannot get that to go. So his first 3-point attempt is no good. Memphis gets out on the break pretty fast after that missed one. Like I got a cat here on me, dog. So lead cut to 4 after that 3-point shot from Memphis. Dyson does a good job at attacking the rim, but doesn't execute. Does not finish that off. So Dyson kind of struggling. He has 3 points now. He's 1 of 4 from the field. So we got a foul on the floor as Jalen was guarding Ja, and that's going to be a blocking foul. So 68-64, 10:47. Almost 2 minutes have been played in this third quarter. So like I said, hopefully Atlanta's slow quarter does not plague them. Hopefully they can just have a slow start, and that's it. It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. And in and out for Jaren as Onyeka comes away with that board. Onyeka finds Jalen as they're starting to initiate some. Jalen just gets the ball poked away from behind as Conchar gets that steal from Jalen. Gets that desperation steal, I should say. So turnover for Atlanta. That's their first turnover of the second half. So Cedric Coward's 3 cannot go. Dyson finds Jalen on the break. Jalen attacks, and Ja picks up a blocking foul as Jalen just barrels right through the boy. So 68-64, 10 minutes to go, 10:06. So little slow for both teams. Both teams are, just getting warmed up. But Jalen going to the line here for, I would say, maybe 7th, 8th time. Nope, yeah, 8th, 9th time, excuse me, as Jalen knocks down that free throw. I said it, man. Jalen needs to maybe start getting closer to averaging, I would say, maybe 7, 8 free throws a game. I'm not quite sure how many free throws he gets a game, but if he can kind of sit around that 7, 8 and occasionally get, maybe 10 to 12 free throws, I think his his points will go up dramatically if he can start just getting to the line and making defenses pay by not being able to guard that first step, or maybe that back cut or whatever it is. As Nikhil's 3 off the mark, 4-point game, 66-70. As Atlanta's leading, Jaren Jackson gets it up. That's a good closeout by Onyeka as Jalen picks up the board, and I believe Jalen Johnson now has a double-double. Jalen can't get that to go. Unfortunately, no foul down that one. And, yep, Jalen is sitting at 18 and 10. So another double-double for Jalen. And that's 3 in the key. That is definitely 3 in the key. That is 3 in the key. That is 3 in the key. So Memphis got away with 3 in the... Man, that's 3 in the key. Jaren was sitting in the paint. So Atlanta, good job at getting out fast. Jalen collects his own rebound. And Nikhil and Ja kind of get tangled up there, and that's a loose ball foul on them. Either Jalen or Ja. So that's going to be on Jalen Wills. So 29th double-double of the season for Jalen Johnson, tying Karl Anthony Towns for the most double-doubles in the league. So like I said, Jalen is a little slept on. Statistically, he's doing stuff that we just have not seen. He's almost averaging a triple-double, which we haven't seen since, Jokic or Luka at least. So Atlanta tries to make that oop tough for Memphis, but Memphis comes away with that one. It's a tie ball game, 70 apiece. So like I said, Atlanta has slow starts. They have slow quarters. They have Been plagued by offensive uh, inefficiencies. So that lob from Ja to Cedric Coward to go ties the ball game up at 70. So this second half has not been as friendly to Atlanta. But we'll see how it goes. Atlanta's getting outscored 4-11, but that happened early on. That happened early on the first quarter. They found themselves down 12-1. So hopefully Atlanta can get something going. Atlanta's just suffering from injuries right now. They are just plagued. Obviously, we knew Kristaps was not going to be as available as we would hope, as we would have hoped. But I think the injury that might be hurting Atlanta the most right now is probably Ricochet. As Ricochet has been out for the past week and some change, as we got at least we got an update. He is gonna get reevaluated here shortly in the next week. So in the next couple of days, we'll have news on Ricochet's bone bruise. But yeah, it's been tough without Ricochet. I think the Warriors game, Atlanta kind of managed because I think he played in Denver and then he no, I think he played against New Orleans and then he missed the whole road trip. So he's been out for the past 7 games. But that I think that has hurt Atlanta the most. You take away a 6'9", 6'10" wing who can guard probably 4 through 1, maybe not so much the one, but sometimes um, you lose a shooter, somebody who's aggressive, scoring wise. Yeah, so I think that's harming Atlanta more than I think people realize. KP too, he's a 7 footer. He's a interior presence that I think is a little underrated. As let's see if I can gain any traction on this. No, I can't. So I'm a little bit behind. So we're a little bit behind. So it looks like the action is pretty fast. So I know the future, bro. I know the future. It sucks. It sucks. I already know what's gonna happen. So missed three by Nikhil is gonna result in a turnover from Ja, and that's gonna be a miss layup from Dyson. Dyson just needs to find that rhythm from 5 feet or closer. To be honest, it's been kind of unfortunate stuff for Dyson there. As Ja blocks Dyson, he does not get that to go. Cedric Coward swatted by Onyeka, and it's going to be out of bounds. So it's a side out on Atlanta, and Memphis is going to get the ball. So great stuff there from Onyeka as Cedric Coward tried to hit that decel. Kispert gets the turnover and finds Dyson on the break, but Ja does a good job at pinpointing that block. He showcases his athleticism there. As Ja and Dyson kind of seem to be chopping it up quite friendly like. So top ball game, Jaren attacks Onyeka, gets right past him. Onyeka kind of in foul trouble right now, so he can't be as aggressive on defense there as Jaren gets right by him for that bucket. Corey Kispert lines up the triple, and he knocks it down for 3. So a 13-5 run for Memphis. It's kind of cooled off as Corey Kispert knocks down the triple. It is now 73-72. So it is definitely what Atlanta needs. They need to respond urgently to runs from Memphis, and they need to respond with buckets. So Ja lines up the triple. He can't get it to go. Onyeka comes flying in for the board, and he brings it up for the Hawks. So Atlanta leads the game by 1. It is 7-some to go here in the third quarter, and Onyeka and Dyson cannot connect on their little patent backdoor cut. So Onyeka kind of rendezvous with Dyson, kind of asks him about where that pass needs to be. So Cam Spencer checks in for Memphis. So does Jalen Wells. Atlanta looking to make some subs at the next dead ball. As Ja handling the rock, he finds Jalen Wells for a triple that is off the mark, but Memphis gets the board. No way, no way, no way. You can't call that. So Jalen Wells draws the foul on Onyeka Okongwu, even though Onyeka's arms weren't even close to being extended. Um, but I guess Onyeka cool with it because he didn't even look to the bench to challenge that. So Onyeka Okongwu picks up another foul, but Moge looks to be checking in. So Onyeka's gonna get a break. McCollum checks in for the Hawks. Yeah, that's gonna be Onyeka's third foul. So Onyeka has to play kind of with foul trouble on the front of his mind because Atlanta is missing. They are missing Kristaps. So front court presence is a little thin. Jalen attacking the lack of defense there. GG Jackson is just getting torched right now. So Jalen making the best out of that matchup. So he has 20 points, 6 of 14 from the field, almost at 50%. So Atlanta has a lineup of Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, Mo Gay, Corey Kispert, and CJ McCollum out there. I'm sure CJ will be the next sub out, and Luke Kennard is gonna get some burns. So Cam Spencer tries to get it up over Dyson. Dyson, great defense there, no foul, just straight up plays great defense on Cam Spencer, and Cam shoots an air ball, and Memphis cannot get the shot to hit the rim before the shot clock expires. So turnover there for Memphis. Dyson Cutting finds Jalen Johnson, and they rule it a travel. So unforced turnover for Atlanta puts them at 9 turnovers for the game. I believe that's probably maybe 2 or 3 here in this first or third quarter. So they're still losing that battle, which is a good thing. It's 9-10. I guess they're winning that battle. And GG Jackson drives to the rim against CJ McCollum, which, what do you expect? Draws a foul, can't get the shot to go. So 2 shots for GG Jackson. But CJ McCollum, kind of a traffic cone. So yeah, unfortunate as CJ picks up that foul and Luke Kennard, LK Fotre checks in the game for the Atlanta Hawks. So hopefully Atlanta can kind of feed the hot hand still. Hopefully Luke comes in and keeps pulling from 3 because he is 6 of 6, 4 of 4. Need to get up off the that ESPN game feed. GG Jackson knocks down I believe both of those free throws. So CJ McCollum finds Moge there for that little push shot, and a little 9 to 10 foot push shot from Moge goes in. Open 3 for Cam Spencer. He cannot make Atlanta pay, so that is a benefit for Atlanta as he was wide open, and that's been far too often recently for Atlanta. On the Bucks game, they were getting anything and everything from 3, although they weren't hitting some at some points during the game. So CJ finds Dyson on the wing. Dyson spins. That's a great move, but Dyson just cannot find that rhythm around the rim that he kind of usually has showcased that he's can do. But Memphis does a good job at swinging the ball, and they get a 3 off the defensive breakdown for Atlanta. And Atlanta cannot afford to have these empty possessions and just give up buckets on the other end, because that's how avalanches happen. And you can't. Atlanta just does not have the makeup to deal with that this year. Even though they have showcased to be a resilient team, that's more so when they have their guys. So Atlanta kind of falling behind here. It is now 82-77. So Atlanta has to get something to go. They cannot walk away with consistent back-to-back empty possessions. So 4 minutes and some change to go. Jalen finds Mo Gay, and Mo Gay does a great job at getting it up and getting it to go. Good closeout by C.J. McCollum on Vince Williams there, forcing that pickup. Didn't allow a wide open three or nothing like that. Swing, swing. All right, Jalen Wells. Moge gets popped in the face. No call results in a bucket for Jalen Wells. So Jalen Johnson just skywalks through the lane for an easy bucket. So Jalen has 22. Hawks trail by 3. It's 81-84. Jalen Wells drives. Luke Kennard. That's a good effort, but Luke Kennard fouls on that Jalen Wells drive. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes because Atlanta's three ball is kind of, got a little iffy. Um, but Jalen attacking with aggressiveness leads to an easy bucket. Easy bucket as Jalen just throws it down. Nobody there to contest. And it's going to put Atlanta up or down by 3. And now Jalen Wells puts Atlanta down by 4. So Jalen Wells at the line for 2. And for Atlanta is Nikhil and Onyeka. Jalen gets a break. It's Luke, CJ, Mo, Nikhil, and Onyeka. So we'll see how it goes. So Atlanta's down by 5 now. 3 minutes remain in this third quarter. It would be positive. It would be positive if Atlanta got the lead before this fourth quarter break. So CJ McCollum, nice floater, gets it to go. It's 83-86. CJ now has 7 points. So good stuff from CJ. Cam Spencer gets it right past Nikhil and gets it to go. So Atlanta quick to react after that bucket, and Onyeka lines it up. He can't get it to go, but Moge does a great job at following the shot. Onyeka, great job at initiating contact and gets it up and gets it to go. So Onyeka Okongwu will go to the line after this Memphis timeout. So it's a 3-point game now. Onyeka misses a 3, but Moge does a great job at crashing the board. Crashes the board, finds Onyeka, and Onyeka does a great job. Attacks the rim, and Jock Landale picks up the foul. So it's a 3-point game with Onyeka going to the line. Like I said, Onyeka, Atlanta has slow starts. Sometimes they continue throughout the quarter. Sometimes, like the Milwaukee game, they continue throughout the half. But it seems like Atlanta might be picking it back up. They now have 19 points throughout this quarter with 2:33 left to go, so they might not crack that 30-point mark like they have the first 2 quarters. But if they can kind of break even with Memphis, Memphis is sitting at 29 points. So if they can kind of, defense steps up in the last 2.5 minutes, kind of really lock in, I think they can really make this a winnable game for themselves, a whole lot easier than it will be if they're trailing by like 5 to 10. So hopefully Atlanta can swing it their way before the fourth quarter. Look for Nikhil to attack. Nikhil hasn't shot the ball that well this game. He's 1 of 8 from the field. So expect Nikhil to attack, be aggressive, driving. He shoots the ball, bro, and that's not in like a bad way. He shoots the ball, and that's a great thing because even though he's 1 of 8, if he's wide open, he's a good shooter. Shoot the rock, bro. And he does a good job at doing just that. So hopefully Nikhil can get that 3-ball going in the second half. So Atlanta doesn't really. That'll be extra security for the Hawks. If Nikhil can get 15 to maybe 20-some points, 16 points in the fourth quarter will be crazy. Even it depends on how he closes this third quarter out. So we'll see how this third quarter finishes out for Nikhil. But I expect Nikhil to get over 4 more than 4 points this to end it out. But Moge doing really good, 3 of 7, 7 points. Only one rebound though, which is a big offensive board. So hopefully, Mo can impact the game. Um, as Atlanta's front court presence is a little small. No Ace Newell, no Kristaps Porzingis for Atlanta, as they are without their two bigs tonight. Onyeka's holding it down, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 7 from three, with 20 minutes played. Like I kind of noted it earlier on the stream, Onyeka, Jalen, and Dyson are like top 15 and top. I would even say top 10 in minutes played. Um, I know that probably dilutes their chances at awards. Um, Granted, their numbers aren't like the greatest, even though I don't think Dyson was gonna be, um, DPOY candidate worthy this year anyway. Um, just because how things go, um, you know, you gotta have a winning record. Your defense as a team has to be good, and that foul was offensive, Jaren Jackson. So Atlanta picks up another offense, or Memphis picks up an offensive foul and a turnover. So great stuff from Atlanta there. Memphis is already in the bonus. Not already, but they are in the bonus to close out the rest of this third quarter. So hopefully Atlanta can get there too. So CJ finds a cutting Luke Kennard. Luke Kennard continues his hot start. So LK Fotre back at it with that mid-range two. Let's see what my phone is on. Oh shit, my phone about to die like a motherfucker. My phone died like a mug, y'all. Watch Atlanta gonna start coming back too. So it's 90-91. I'm watching on the the ESPN feed right now. I'm not turning my TV on, man. My Wi-Fi gonna go janky in this mug. So we'll be back with the play-by-play here shortly. So it's looking like CJ knocked down that two for Atlanta, but Luke Kennard picks up a foul, giving free throws to Memphis, and Memphis knocked a free throw down. Atlanta's trailing by two. We'll get that watch along back once my phone gets back to acting right. It died on us. It died on us, y'all. It died on the vine. It died on the vine. So KCP makes both of those free throws. CJ McCollum misses that. Trust. All right, man. Don't do all this. Don't do it to me now, man. Don't do it to me now. So Memphis has a 3-point lead. Hopefully Atlanta can get a stop here. Cut that jump off. Show that. So turnover. That's exactly what Atlanta needs. Step back for CJ McCollum. Triple is good. That's a bucket. CJ step back. That's good. It's kind of knowing when to score. So CJ knocks down his bucket, ties Eric Gordon for most three pointers in NBA history. So CJ McCollum and Eric Gordon are now tied. CJ has 12.7 this quarter. And Onyeka pokes the ball free from Ja Morant. Moge running, and he is fouled by KCP. It's 93-93. And Moge makes sure Luke knows that pass was coming to him. So Memphis still perfect from free throw line, 17 of 17, as they have two more total free throws than Atlanta. It's a tie game, 93 apiece. Both teams in the bonus to close out this third quarter. It's 26 seconds to go. As Moge rattles it in and out. He can't get that first free throw to go. Still got one more. As Moge about to shoot this free throw. Doesn't look like he makes it. All right, Mo. Come on, Mo. Let's go, Mo. Come on, bro. So something wrong here. So we got a technical foul. We got a technical foul on Kentavious Caldwell Pope. So Atlanta has another shot at free throws with Nikhil Alexander going to shoot those. So Nikhil going to the line, knocks it down. So KCP talking a little smack to refs, and that results in a tech. So Atlanta gets an added free throw as Moge will go back to the free throw line to knock down his free throw, maybe. Unfortunately, he misses. Moge goes empty, 0 of 2. So free chicken, I believe, for Memphis. It's 4:93, 21 seconds. 2 seconds separate game clock and shot clock, or like 1.5. So Memphis is probably going to get this last shot here. And Ja hits it right over Corey Kispert. So Atlanta's going to go into the final quarter down by 1, 94-95, end of the third. So down by 1, not going to be too big of a deal. Like I said, Atlanta couldn't quite crack that 30-point mark, but they finished that quarter with 28 points. Like I said, Atlanta definitely has a tendency to have a slow start to some quarters. This one ends up being the same thing as the first quarter. So if this is any indication, Atlanta could, if they win that second quarter, it's wraps. If they find the flow, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. So, got another break. I'm gonna use this time to use the restroom again. So give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and I'll be right back for that fourth quarter, y'all. Give me 1 second. And just like that, we got an offensive foul. So to open up the fourth, it's an offensive foul on Jaren Jackson. So another one on Jaren. I know that's going to be at least 3 or 4. Might be his third offensive foul, low key. So V. Krejci's in the game for Atlanta. It's Kennard, Dyson, Onyeka. And now Onyeka's called for an offensive foul. But it's Luke, Dyson, Onyeka, Mo, and Veet out there. And quick sub for Atlanta as Jalen's going to be inserted in for, I don't know who he's coming in for. He's coming in for Mo with Christian Coloco. So Mo Gay out for Atlanta. Jalen in. It's 4 fouls on Onyeka. So Christian Coloco in the game for the Hawks. And V. Krejci, unfortunately, just gives up a bucket. So Atlanta now down by 3, which is completely doable. It's all right. It's not. We are not past that point yet. So Luke Kennard misses his first one. Dyson does a great job to save that. Christian Coloco there to kind of make that save a little easier. So no foul on Jalen there is crazy work. Jalen driving against 3 Grizzlies cannot get a foul. So if Jalen can get to the line, that would definitely ease Atlanta's troubles scoring wise. But Krejci's going to inbound for the Hawks. They got 6 seconds on the shot clock to shoot the ball. So V. Krejci lines it up. And Christian Coloco, no foul is crazy work, bro. So it's 94-97. Atlanta got to the rim, but thank you. No call on this end. That's exactly what Atlanta needs. Christian Coloco does a great job at playing straight up. So Luke Kennard's drive just batted. So Luke Kennard, not a great possession there. Atlanta's now 0 of 3 from the field. So Jaren just gave it up. V knocks it down. Tie game. 97 apiece. V for 3. That one was kind of weak. My fault, gang. So Memphis back on the offensive end. Atlanta doing a decent job frustrating Jaren. Christian Coloco does a great job playing defense, but Jaren draws the foul. So Jaren looks a little tired, to say the least. So he lays out on the floor for a little bit longer than expected. So Veet knocked down his first 3 of the game. That definitely helps out Atlanta. Atlanta's sitting at 28 assists. Their season average at the moment is 31. They come into this game leading the league in assists. 31 a game is top of the top in the league. So Jaren Jackson at the line for Memphis, looking to keep that perfect field goal or free throw percentage going. He knocks down the first one. Is 18 up for the Grizzlies on the free throw line. So fairly consistent game. Both teams at the moment sitting at 18 free throws. Jaren just pushes Memphis ahead with 19 free throws. But Atlanta fairly good. Both teams really complain about the call. So Jackson B. Creek got Sandy with Skinner. So Atlanta's going to do. Definitely don't want Atlanta to go cold. You definitely want them to close the gap and start opening the window in their direction. As physical defense from Ja getting up into Luke Kennard. 3 seconds to shoot. Spin from Jalen. Shot clock violation. So turnover for Atlanta. 11 turnovers for the game. So Atlanta needs some shooting. Like I said, they need players to step up elsewhere other than Jalen. Nikhil hasn't had the greatest game either. So Jalen's going to need some help. Great defense from Dyson on Ja as Ja drives and Dyson kind of contests there pretty heavily. Jalen finds V on the wing. Pretty pretty lazy defense there from Ja on the get back. So V has a chance at free throw now. This is head coach. Looking a little shaky over there. I can't lie. Fuck, V, come on, dog. Please. Look down the field. V misses the first and struggling at the line this year, dog. Struggling. They just leave free ones. If Atlanta knock down these free throws, they are ahead in this game by only a couple, but still, it matters. So Atlanta needs to take advantage of the free ones when they have them. So Veet ties it up, knocks down 2 of 3 of those free throws. At least he ties the game. So Atlanta tied up 9 minutes, a little over 9 minutes to go. Dyson in the game, Veet in the game, Jalen, Christian Coloco, and Luke Kennard are the 5 for Atlanta, and that's gonna be might be a deflection out of bounds as Memphis is gonna get that back on the sideline. They have 10 seconds to shoot. They have under 10 seconds to shoot. So tied up. Looks like Jaren is gonna go get a rest real quick, and Cedric Coward as well as KCP checks back in the game for the Grizzlies as they kind of make a platoon swap as Conchar checks back out. So my God. So V. Krejci's called for an away from the ball foul before it's inbounding. So Memphis is gonna get, I believe, 1 or 2 free throws and then the ball back. So Cam Spencer goes to the line for probably gonna knock it down. He does just that. So he gives Memphis a 1-point lead, and so V unfortunately picks up the away from the play foul. So that, like I said, it gives Memphis a free throw and then him back. So unfortunately, CFG just misses one of those free throws that could left it at 100 apiece. Luke Kennard playing great defense, and Christian Coloco finishing the job, making it tough for Jock Landale. As there we go, GG. That's just a rookie mistake, and you ain't no rookie no more, player. So technical foul on somebody. V. Krejci, what are you doing, gang? What are you doing, gang? We can't afford this. We can't afford foolishness, dog. We can't afford that. That's man. That's he just talking a little bit, and this that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's on one right. That's ridiculous. So Barry's both of those kind of strike that. That's so weak, bro. So V picks up the there, unfortunately. So V just a rough sequence for V Krejci. Hopefully he can kind of turn around. It's good defense, man. Great defense. I think, like I said, Christian Coloco can himself a contract on this team. Atlanta's definitely in need of his services. He blocks Jock Landale there. Jack that can't get it though. So Atlanta won. KCP drives. Atlanta by 1. Just like, but it's all good. Christian Coloco has been a big pickup for Atlanta. Dyson, you had the rim, buddy. It's a tough game for Dyson offensively. As Nikhil checks back in for Luke. No, Dyson. Dyson's going to get a break. So Dyson gets a breather. 7:54 left to go. 3 turnovers this quarter for Atlanta. So Atlanta's still trailing in that turnover, thankfully. But they need to sharpen up. Definitely need to sharpen up. So Nikhil fighting through double screens to guard Cam Spencer. Does a great job at recovering. And no magnet ball for Memphis tonight. So Memphis can't get that prayer up. Jalen attacking. Fuck. Okay. Whew. So he cleans that up, gathers that would be a turnover and buries a triple. Jalen Johnson, 28 points, 10 assists. He getting in his eyes. I see it. 105. Needs to suit. They need to follow Jalen Lee. Need to follow Jalen's lead. That's a great find. Spencer finds there. As Critical was not able to. Christian Coloco is up. And here's the trip. Christian Coloco bit the three. I think he might have found a place on this team. As Atlanta, like I said, is in a desperate need of a center. So Luke Kennard says it's going the other way, man. So Atlanta leads by 3 points as Christian Coloco just hit his second career triple in the NBA. Christian Coloco knocks down a three, and I'm sure he was inspired by Quinn Snyder, as Quinn Snyder is a guy to tell. He is somebody to tell his guys to let it fly. So great stuff for Christian Coloco as he impacts the game, man. 105. He gives Atlanta a 3-point lead. Atlanta's up this quarter 14-10. So great stuff. Jalen, another monster game. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. The guys just need to step up around him. Luke Kennard, LK Fotre, he has 18 points. He kind of cooled off, has missed couple field goals after going 7 of 7. He has now gone 0 of 2. So maybe Luke can kind of give Atlanta a boost shooting wise. Vit Krejci kind of has caught some bad luck. He did catch a 3-point foul, but missed one and then gave up a away from the play foul, and then unfortunately got a technical foul for John at Cam Spencer, which was really weak. The refs just need to let him play at that point. But Jalen has abused Gigi Jackson tonight. I can't even talk. It's Gigi. But yeah, Jalen has abused Gigi Jackson tonight. 28 points. Not all on Gigi's head, but a majority has been came in that second quarter. I was about to correct myself, but the same thing. Second quarter, first half. So it's been 4 years since, or like 3 and some change, 3 years and a month since Christian Coloco has drilled a 3-point shot, and I don't care, bro. I don't care. Onyeka had to start somewhere, so I'll be cool if Christian Coloco sticks around and kind of develops that like Onyeka did. It'll be interesting, man. He's a 6'11" center that Atlanta needs. Atlanta's third string center in Folly Dante was not able to kind of be there for Atlanta. He tore his ACL, so hopefully Atlanta can make something out of this Christian Coloco 10-day. Atlanta needs it. Onyeka needs it, to be honest. Onyeka definitely needs it. He needs breaks, man. It's kind of shown this game. He has 15 points, 7 boards at the moment. So that's unfortunate. So Christian Coloco takes a breather. Probably the rest of the game. So Cam Spencer misses that. GG gets the tip to go. So Atlanta is up by 108-107. So yeah, get started. Oh, that's unfortunate. So foul on the floor against Spencer, just fighting through on the Yeka Green illegally. So that's going to be a foul on Cam Spencer. Ja and Jaren check back in for Memphis. Excuse me. So expect Dyson to maybe check back in shortly. 6 minutes to go. CJ's out there. How is that? How is he not getting held? Jalen and Onyeka misconnect there, so that's resulting in a turnover. Atlanta cannot afford empty possessions. Too many of them. Onyeka, great defense, great help defense. Ooh, Jalen barely finds CJ McCollum as he tiptoed out of bounds. CJ, and that's the stuff I'm talking about, man. CJ, what you doing, man? It's a transition triple, dog. Like, I understand Quinn wants you to get him up, but that's not the way to get him up. I believe there is a way to do it. Ja hiding behind that screen, knocks down the triple. It's just warm-up shot for him right there. So Atlanta's trailing by 2. Timeout Atlanta. So that's not taunting. That's like, come on, man. You gotta call it both ways, man. Uh, that's weak. So, like I said, CJ McCollum, just gotta get your shit together, bro. You 5 of 12. It's not the worst stat line, but still, you just gotta get your shots within the offense, bro. Like you can't pull with 18 seconds left on the shot clock, or not even 18, bro. The shot clock just switched, bro. It's 20 seconds left. You pull a three with no numbers, and you're not even hot, dog. You can't have that. You can't have that. Like not right now, bro. It's not the time. It's 5 minutes to go in the fourth, bro. It's not the time. It's just not the time. It's not the time for you to take over. It's not. It's not your game, bro. Jalen Johnson is sitting at another game with 28 points and 14 rebounds, bro. Recognize the situation, please. You got to. You got to, man. You got to, OG. You got to recognize the situation. It's not your game to take over. It's not your game to save. It's your game to contribute to. You got to let Jalen take his lumps, whether he can make up for that turnover late in the game or what. You gotta let him. You gotta let him rock. I know that pass was from Jalen, so that probably would have been an assist to Jalen, but still, bro. All right, man. We'll see. Atlanta's down 2. Hopefully this goes right and does not go left, because if it goes left, I will. I might cry 5 in a row. Now we're not gonna think that Atlanta's gonna break this streak. They're gonna break it tonight. I believe. I believe. So Atlanta has a good game so far, though. Honestly, 15 from Onyeka, 28 from Jalen. Nikhil hasn't been that aggressive as I expected. He only has 5. Hasn't got to the line either as much this game. So Nikhil not as active. CJ, kind of don't really want to see CJ minutes to close out the game. 5 minutes to go. Luke Kennard comes in. So it's gonna be Luke, CJ, Nikhil, Jalen, Onyeka to close this out. Maybe. I know some fans have been kind of wanting to see Jalen at the 3. I don't know how that would go. Like, I don't have any predictions for that. I don't really want to say that it'll go like tremendous, and I don't want to jump off the deep end and say that's how things would go like great. But I think Atlanta should try it. Maybe Quinn Snyder earlier in games to see how it goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I think that'll give Atlanta a big relief defensively. They could play like CJ, or excuse me, Onyeka 4-3. Big O knocks down the triple. But if they could play like Dyson, Nikhil, Jalen, Onyeka, and Christian Koloko out there, or variants of that, and that's a steal, as CJ does a great job. You waving the folks off? I don't know. All right, finds Jalen. Jalen finds CJ in a little action. CJ opening, cannot get it to go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, pass out of that, dog, please. Even though it's